Welcome to Travel Market Life, your companion for industry insights and professional business development. Travel Market Life. Join us by webcast, video or podcast.
Hello and welcome to Hoteliers Voice, Season 4, a series part of Travel Market Life. I'm your host Ryan Haynes, and in today's episode, we're speaking to Mustafa Gokcen, the Head of Information Technology at the Cheval Collection. The Cheval Collection is an award-winning hospitality group with 13 luxury all-apartment locations in London, Edinburgh and Dubai. Mustafa has worked in the hospitality industry since 2012, following a move from the IT industry, where he spent the first 10 years of his career. He has worked with brands including Hilton, Starwood and Marriott, before joining the Cheval Collection in 2023. In today's episode, we learn from Mustafa the journey he's taken in his career, the misunderstanding about technology in the accommodation sector, and the mindset and culture required for the industry to adapt.
Travel Market Life.
Travel Market Life is backed by Haynes Marcoms, a B2B marketing communications PR consultancy specialising in the technologies, travel, hospitality and property sectors. Marketing, PR and social. Build profile, gain momentum, shape strategy with Haynes Marcoms.
Travel Market Life.
I'd like to welcome Mustafa Gokcen, Head of Information Technology at Cheval Collection, to Hoteliers Voice. Hello and welcome. I'd love to first hear about the Cheval Collection. What is unique about the brand and the accommodation?
Hello, Ryan, and thank you for having me in the show. Cheval Collection, I think our most distinct feature is our unique business model. Surprisingly, we do not own or operate traditional hotels. Instead, for over 40 years, we are specialized in owning and managing luxury apartments within the upper segment of the market. Each locations are set to meet very high expectations. Presently, as you mentioned, we boast 13 properties. We have additional locations set to open this year and in the years to follow. The portfolio ranges from studio apartments to 3, 4, 5 bedroom units. As you would understand, offers significant larger spaces comparing to your traditional hotels, and it's more homey ambience overall. Another thing that I can say is the innovation. Innovation is another pillar that defines our brands. We are very much committed on integrating the latest technology and sustainable practices in our standards, which sets us apart from other brands.
Thank you very much. I mean, obviously, the service apartment sector has diversified massively, particularly in the last few years, and with the invention of Airbnb really driving a greater awareness of this sector. And we're going to explore a lot more about the technology infrastructure and some of the challenges that you're experiencing currently. But first, I'd love to explore a bit more about your background. You've worked in the industry for over 18 years now, and as previously mentioned, you worked at the Starwood, the Marriott and Hilton brands. How can you compare your experiences with the Cheval Collection?
I mean, all those brands, Hilton, whether it's Hilton, Starwood, Marriott, they are immensely big brands. That's the three big market leaders there. You learn a lot working with them, specifically understanding the global hospitality standards, customer services, efficient operational procedures. They're invaluable. It also offers you a broad perspective on hospitality industry. We have quite diverse clientele, and there is also a lot of different market demands. Transition to Cheval, there is a distinct shift there. It's more personalized. It's intimate. The approach is much more intimate to guest experiences. there is a focus on luxury apartment rather than the traditional hotels. Um, the model is more, I think, for lack of better word, it's home away from home. So that was interesting to see. It demands different level of personalization, and it demands different level of attention to details. Um, Also, our locations, it's mixed with short stay and long stay. So we have guests that's been with us for years. I think a couple of weeks ago, I found out that we have a guest that stays with us for 9 years.
Wow.
So it is a home. So there is an emphasis on long-term stays as well, and that introduces unique opportunities for building deeper relationships with the guest and tailoring the service more specific to their needs. So those are the couple of things that was interesting to find out and a couple of distinctions.
I mean, I know we're going to sort of delve in a lot more about how you're approaching the tech stack and a strategy there at the Cheval Collection. But what has been really impactful on your perspective is your career so far. And in our conversation prior to this interview, you gave some really interesting insight into how that has shaped you. What was a career-defining moment for working in the hospitality technology industry specifically that has helped give you a different viewpoint on your role in the industry and what hospitality is there to deliver?
I mentioned this in many conversations, and people probably hear the same story from me 5, 6, 7, 8 times. My number one memory. This was a long time ago, my early years with the hospitality IT. I think I was helping with the technical issue with one of our CEOs. Uh, while I was working on the issue, I couldn't help but overhear a heated discussion and that he was having on the phone. After the call, he comes back in the room, uh, is a bit annoyed, visibly contemplative, and he goes, Mustafa, let me ask you a question. What is our product? And me sitting there trying to impress the CEO, I start listing rooms, beds, hotel stays, and every answer I give, he goes, no, no, not that. Uh, I, I went through everything that I could think of, and there is also a sense of curiosity, like what is the right answer? I just give you 10 different things, and I said, okay, all right, I don't know, what is our product? And he goes, memories. Uh, I think that was a cornerstone for us. The beyond technology, the amenities, the luxury, and all the offerings that we provide, the true offering lies in the memories that we help our guests to create. Um, it kind of guide me to prioritize innovations and solutions that enhance the guest experience, uh, uh, to ensure that they have those memories when they leave us and till their next stay. At the end of the day, I guess it's fair to say you go back to locations where you have good memories, where you have positive things to remember.
I mean, obviously, it sounds like he was very visionary, and he was, as a CEO, no doubt, obviously had a very clear idea as to what he was trying to achieve for his guests and his staff and for the brand itself. And, this idea of memories is something really quite recent, I think, over the last 7 or 8 years, where we've actually looked at hospitality, Airbnb really shaking up the entire industry about sort of creating experiences and memories within that. And I guess, as you say, you were quite young in the hospitality career, but you'd already been in industry for over 10 years. You'd already worked in IT. So, when you've worked in IT, I mean, we worked at Hewlett Packard and Microsoft. How did you feel that role is so different at an IT institution compared to working within hospitality?
Obviously, the focus is different. in IT, there is no dull moment. Especially in hospitality IT, there is no dull moment. There is always something different happening. Different, you are presented with a different scenario. Uh, so you need to be very innovative, very forward thinking, and also when you're working on a company that sole focuses IT, you are not touching people's lives. You are not interacting with guests or customers or partners directly. You are in the back end, making sure the systems works, etc., etc. But when you're in hospitality IT, anything you do, anything you implement, any changes you put in place will have a direct impact on guest experience, operational experiences, different departments. So it is more, it requires more forward thinking. It requires you to put yourself into other person's shoes, so whether it's a guest and whether it's a department. Uh, it's a completely different dynamics.
And so, what do you feel is misunderstood about technology, particularly in the accommodation market?
Oh well, I think the most misunderstood aspect of technology, and I can talk hours about this, uh, how we perceive the technology primarily to when you go and have these discussions that it's primarily perceived as reduce headcount or cut costs. However, that in my understanding, that view overlooks a broader and more significant role of technology plays within our industry. Technology should be seen as enabler. It's a tool. It's a tool for you to empower you to enhance the guest experience, improve operational efficiencies. The primary goal is not to diminish the workforce or replace a person or merely serve as a cost-cutting measure. It's there, it's a tool, it's an enabler that will allow you and different teams to redirect the focus towards more critical areas, uh, to provide more human touch. Such personalized guest services will bring more to the business. It will provide quality assurance. It will provide more time to do strategic decision making, more thinking, spending more time with the guest. Technology can be leveraged to automate routine tasks. It can streamline operations. It can gather valuable insights where, in the absence of technology, you will spend additional time. Uh, but again, it's a tool that will help you automate those tasks. And then it will enable our staff to concentrate on creating more memorable experiences. Um, Strategic use of technology will foster more engaging and satisfying guest experience. Uh, but again, it is a tool, it is an enabler for you to for you that will allow you to focus on other areas. It's not to replace someone, it's not to cut costs.
That's really interesting. And obviously, if anybody wants to talk in more detail with Mustafa about that, he's going to be at the International Hotel Technology Forum, and you can grab his ear and discuss a bit more about the misunderstanding of technology in the accommodation market and his perspective. But I mean, for you, I guess, is there a requirement for the mindset and culture in hospitality to adapt and change for us to meet the new needs of today's guests and staff?
Um, I mean, overall, maybe overall as a mindset within hospitality or how hospitality approaches technology, uh, there are areas that we can do better. And there is a significant challenge in and prejudice against embracing innovation, embracing new technologies. There is a common mindset. If something is working adequately, there is no need to change it. Um, this cautious, so to speak, cautious approach often results the hospitality sector to be the last to adopt new technologies. Uh, it does hamper the potential for growth, potential for improvement. This resistance to change needs to be addressed. Uh, we have to cultivate a culture that is more receptive to innovation, that is more unafraid of disrupting the status quo. That is one. Um, there is also a crucial need, and that's on us, the IT leaders. There is a crucial need for better communicating the role and contribution of IT and technology within the industry. Historically, IT always been a background department, often perceived as a support function rather than a strategic partner. And this perception undermines the potential of technology and uh, stops us to drive significant advancements and shape company strategies. I don't think we are a force that operate from the sidelines. I think now IT is the very much at the forefront. Uh, I mean, when you look at it today, having a proper connectivity, proper Wi-Fi, uh, ability to cast on the TV, ability to watch my YouTube, my Netflix, my Amazon Prime, etc. That is next to having a hot water.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so, in summary, the hospitality industry needs to adopt a more progressive mindset towards innovation and technology, and recognizing the critical role in driving the sector forward.
Oh, absolutely. And you certainly see with the legacy system sort of stalling the industry in some way for that innovation and that need, as you say, for leaders, especially IT leaders, to step up and really make sure that they're helping to drive that strategy forward. As consumers, if we expect to be able to book everything on a mobile and receive information instantly at our fingertips, then we need that infrastructure behind in order to be able to deliver that. And if you're working in the industry, you should be really sort of championing that and really driving that agenda forward. And I guess looking at Cheval's tech stack itself, you've been there just under a year now. What is your area of focus and investment in technology in the immediate term?
Well, I can tell you it's been a very busy 10 months.
I bet it has.
uh, and overall in the industry, there is a significant shift towards enhancing the crowd presence, leveraging the AI, using machine learning, expanding the automation capabilities, prioritizing ever-growing security measures, and our focus is not in the different areas. All these areas we are touching, and we are trying to update our tech stack to the latest standards. The key initiative, one of the key initiatives for us is being the cloud. We successfully established our presence. We are shifting numerous services to cloud or software as a service. Um, it's been instrumental reducing our on-prem server footprint. I'm very proud to say 70% of our locations have no server footprint, and we are hoping to bring that number to 100% by the end of the year. It's an ambitious goal, but you shoot for the
You're well
stars,
on
right?
your way by the sounds of it. So congratulations.
This strategic shift not only aligns with the new technologies, but it also obviously brings the significant enhancements, whether it's operational efficiency, scalability, security, etc., etc.
Now, I mean, what tech is enabling the industry to provide that touch of hospitality expected by guests?
there is a significant transformation in guest demands and expectations, and most of it driven by the technology in our daily life, how we use it, how much we use it, and the devices that touches our lives.
I mean, I
Uh,
agree. I mean, I think there's almost a misunderstanding about, these younger generations that expect technology, because my mother, being a baby boomer, doesn't put her mobile phone down and expects to be able to connect to things and be able to have instant access. And, she wants to make a booking. She wants to do it online. She doesn't want to have to talk to anybody. It is a cross-generational thing. But I guess, the tech itself that hospitality needs to deliver, those experiences, I guess, what are those priorities?
I mean, the traditional elements of hospitality is still there. They'll remain valued, but there is a shift towards digital solutions, um, like technologies such as online check-in, online checkout, mobile key, unified communication platforms. Whether it's an app, it's a digital, any other digital medium, it's becoming increasingly prevalent. Um, there is a, like I said, there is a requirement for robust and reliable connectivity. It's not even considered as an added luxury anymore. Back 10 years ago, it was like a bonus to help you promote your hotel. Now it's a fundamental expectation. It's next to hot water. It's next to that bottle of water you put in the room. This shift underscores the importance of seamless digital integration, uh, and there is a new term now we throw almost in every meeting: digital guest experience. All these things these forms that digital guest experience. We are observing a move away from traditional reception desks to a more personal interactions. Those traditional desks are now replaced with warm welcomes at the door, friendly conversations at the bar. Um, Once the lengthy check-in and check-out processes is no longer there, it's more streamlined, a simple, efficient actions you take through the app or on a web browser, etc. You don't have to stop and queue anymore. Um, so all these things that are obviously all these areas touches some shape or form in technology.
Now, I mean, staffing is a big issue across the industry, and there's always been a talk of, how do you effectively have the right talent and experiences, especially within hospitality IT. You say there's never a dull moment, but also the challenge with hospitality is it's a 365, 24/7 day business. It needs to be operatable constantly. How have you managed to improve the IT resources and find the best talent with the Cheval Collection?
There is no 9 to 5 in IT, in hospitality IT. Uh, I mean, considering that our busiest period is when people take holidays, right?
Mm.
Uh, so finding and retaining the right talent in hospitality IT, it remains as a significant challenge, and I think it will be there for years to come. It's largely due to the traditional positioning of IT a little bit within the industry. Um, this alignment often makes it challenging to attract the right caliber of talent when you go head to head with other industries, like, just to name a few: pharmaceuticals, the finance. There is this perception they are innovative, there is growth opportunities, whereas in hospitality IT, people tend to think that that's absent. Uh, I mean, to address these, there is a key strategy there to align the IT's role within the hospitality sector, emphasize its critical contribution to the operations and success. Um, Again, like I mentioned, there is no dull moment. There is no a day that you get bored. There is all you need to keep educating yourself. You need to keep innovating. It's a very stimulating work environment. and I think it's very distinct from other sectors. Another thing that I mentioned, in hospitality IT, you actually make a difference, and you can see that difference in real time. Like, I change one system, it directly impacts all the guests that walks into the hotel.
Wonderful. I mean, it's absolutely fascinating to, especially to see how much, impact what you do has on the overall delivery of hospitality. And, there's so much, there's so many aspects to it, as you mentioned, all those different applications and software and systems that all need to work together. And I guess selecting the right system is essential for representing the brand and the experience that you need to deliver both your staff and your guests. What makes a good technology vendor partner?
Yeah, I mean, we mention all these different systems, and we throw in these our beloved IT jargon. But in order for all this to work seamlessly, in order for us to deliver these solutions, that there is some level of integration, there is some level of complexity, how all these systems work in harmony. I like the term that you used, our partner. It resonates deeply. It signifies it's not a mere transactional relationship. It's a long-term commitment. It's a commitment that you collaborate, and there is a mutual growth there as well. Good tech partner is one that you can depend on. Like, if I am up in 3 a.m., I know that he has my back. It's not just for immediate solutions, but for sustained support and innovation over the years to come. Like I said, the couple words that I can mention, there's trust, reliability, and shared vision for success. And you evolve together, right? If my business grows, they grow. So it's a long-term relationship. It's just one project, one transaction. We are operating in a multi-billion-dollar industry. The expertise and the commitment of our tech partners are invaluable. And we definitely rely on them a lot.
Excellent. Thank you, Mustafa. Thanks for all that wonderful insight and sharing with us your experiences of working within the hospitality technology industry and the challenges that you're experiencing, but also the major achievements you've managed to make, not only just in your career, but also in the last 10 months at the Cheval Collection. Congratulations and thanks again.
Thank you, and thank you for having me.
So that was Mustafa Gokcen, the head of information technology at the Cheval Collection, who is part of our season 4 Hoteliers Voice. Look out for the other episodes with our other guests who are joining the Hoteliers Voice series. Also check in on our monthly review shows, the travel and the hospitality versions, where we have our regular panelists and joined by our guest interviewees, where we look at what's happening in the industry on a month-to-month basis. You can check us out on all the regular podcast channels, and don't forget to subscribe to us on LinkedIn or on travelmarket.life. Thank you for joining. I'm your host, Ryan Haynes. Ciao for now.
For more, go to Travel Market Life. The music Sensation by Zach Nelson is reproduced under license from Storyblocks. Travel Market Life is a Haynes Marcoms digital marketing agency production, serving the travel and technology industries.